everybody, and welcome back to the last part of our Coloring in Seasons by Hanna Karlzon. We're working on the Bright Summer Nights page, and all we have left is the background. So I have my Faber-Castell soft pastels, and I have a couple brushes and some Q-tips. So I think we're gonna stay mostly in the black and grays, and I'm just going to rub the brush, and we're gonna start in the corner here and make sure I'm in frame, and we're just going to very slowly build up our color. And we're just going to do, and actually, before I make a mess, we're going to get some plastic, just a cutting board from the dollar store, and put it, because that'll give me a nice edge around everything to make sure I don't make a mess. So right now I'm just going for black and the darkest gray, and get some of that in. And now I'm going to bring in some blues, because the night sky is not straight up black usually. I see lots of different colors, mostly dark colors. So we're just going to stick with the black and the blue. And we're just going to go around. I am not trying to get close to the coloring yet, because I'll do that with something not so big. My experience is it doesn't really matter if you go over your coloring. It doesn't really stick to the colored pencil very well, but it's also easier to just avoid it as much as you can and then come in with something easier. But I can get pretty good. And then let's bring in some blues. And again, I'm not a lot of blue, just that hint, so it looks like a night sky. And I am probably not going to do this all on camera, but we'll see how far I get before my battery runs out. And I would not be reaching across the camera, except for I'm left-handed and I don't really want this the set of pastels anywhere near that unfinished page. I don't want to deal with it. So we are now. I can get quite close to this because it is not going to cause me any problems over here with the and I'm just scrubbing it on. That's all I'm doing. Really pick up some pastel, put it down on the page. Alright, let's add some blue in here. I use a circular motion. I kind of like the effect it gives me when I use a circular motion. And it's kind of about how do you want it to look. I don't want it pitch black. That's why I'm using multiple colors, is because I don't want it pitch black. I want that hint of a night sky. I'm being a little bit more careful with the blue, because that might tint things. Alright. I'm already really liking this. Alright, let's take... The bug is black already, so let's just go over. And as you can see, it does darken a little bit the ink, so let's stay away from that. Not terribly so. Alright. And I'm not worried about it over the stems here, so that's fine. Alright, now we gotta get serious. That's too big. So we have a baby brush. Now, I can't pick up as much on this, but it's not gonna make, it makes getting into these little spaces a little bit easier. I'm not, because I start in the big and then I go to the small spaces, so I'm not carrying the chalk everywhere. And we're just going to come in here like that. And I'm kind of starting with one color and working an area, and then I'll come in with another color. Alright, so let's bring in some gray, because, you know, we want some depth of color. And let's get in a little blue. It takes longer. However, you have more control. The one thing I like about chalk pastels is it's a pretty fast background. And I like the look I get. And I have more experience using it. It's one I've been doing the longest. So I'm a little bit more confident in the end result. Whereas some of the other stuff, I know I can learn, but it's not something that I am as comfortable with yet. So, and since I really like the work I've done on this page, I am way more inclined to stay with the background that I enjoy and that I'm confident with. Usually when I try a new background is when I'm like, I don't care. Or it's one of the coloring books that, you know, not that I don't care about, but that I haven't invested as much time in. I've invested a fair bit of time on this one. So I don't want to mess it up, per se. I'm loving. Yeah, I'm definitely happy I decided to do it this way. I think the dark is making the colors pop even more. I'm really sorry if you heard that. But this is why I don't get a lot of videos filmed, is my husband doesn't have a filter. And he was never great about being quiet when I was filming, and as his disability gets worse, his filter gets worse. And so we have I learned to adapt. And sometimes that just means you just gotta go with the flow. And sometimes that is easier said than done. But I'm learning. And I am really liking this. I don't even know what he's complaining about. Something about subtitles, I think, but I don't know what. And I'm trying to keep the chalk off of where the tag is, because I want the tag to be plain, just like it was on a piece of paper, because that's what my labels would look like. All right. Yeah, I have no idea what he's complaining about. Alright, I'm going to come back in with the bigger brush and there's a few places I want to add a little bit more of the blue. Just kind of alright, I am really pretty happy with that. So the last thing I'm going to do, now that I've got that done, I don't want it to be an even color. I want light and dark because that's what you would see. I'm going to take my gold pen, good. I didn't make too big of a mess. And I'm just going to come in and I'm going to put gold in these little dots. And that kind of, to me, represents, well, anything you want, but I'm thinking stars, hence the gold. I'm just gonna add a little bit of gold. Cat sneaking in. I need to get some fixative, but for now I'll just stick wax paper between the sheets so that I don't transfer a ton of chalk on the other page. I got about 10 minutes before I've got to be done, and I think I'm going to manage that. So I just need to finish filling in my circles. And not put my hand and smear them, which, being left-handed, is something I do far too frequently. But I am pretty confident. I think that's the last one. Let's do a check. Alright, the last thing we're going to do, I gotta get the pins back out because I forgot. I want, let's go with slate gray. Where is that? 43. I don't want anything that stands out too much. And right down here in the corner, we're just gonna put 20, 24. So we know when we finished it. Awesome. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.